The opinion that I have about the situation I found myself in is clear from my many writings. I was a Pittsburgh public school student who was attacked from behind in an illegal, deranged operation that I had nothing to do with by persons who wanted to hold me responsible symbolically. The essence of my opinion pertains to what we learned about Nelson Mandela and the SWAPO, South African police. They were supposed to, I'm not sure it's SWAPO, but the South African Police Department. They had contemplated, we learned, poisoning him in the brain so that he embarrassed the African National Congress in some way. And I've said many times that probably what they decided was that it would be better to do that to a white liberal and enlist the NAACP back in America. This way, they could say we weren't low enough to do something that low, but they were. That's the way it looks to me. The truth is, I was poisoned in the brain, subject to neurohypnosis, and so nothing mattered less. And deranged sexual abuse when I was 9 years old by the persons who did this. And the administration of government in the state of Pennsylvania and the state of Washington sided with the perpetrators, allowed them to use me for slave laborers and poison me in the mouth and so on. And they apprehend through the psychology of media that Penis Gabriel mongered with Dugan, apparently. I'm not sure, but it sure looks that way with the help of Carnegie Mellon's international scheme of directors and the leapfrog oligarchs, friends like Donald Trump. The idea that I'm in a boxing match to establish my psychology and ascendancy to moral domain in the United States. Now, admittedly, I'm interested in foundations of eco school education for endurability and meta ecology. It can be helpful on some certain points like that, but I would never presume that with a damaged brain, deafness, and other related infirmities, that I'm some kind of born to kingship. I think it's absurd. If Nelson Mandela had been poisoned in the brain and began embarrassing people, people who loved him would say he's a victim, but we're not going to humiliate people by showing his injuries off because that's predatory spectator opportunism. Where are the scruples in government that would use me this way, that would brutalize me, make it known to me that I was defending a class in a genocide warrant while encouraging that class to be poachers towards me? That's deranged. But if you want to know what happened, that is what happened. And the people who knew about it were the Nation magazine, Harper's magazine, the Beatles knew they were doing it, King Crimson knew they were doing it, the Russians knew they were doing it. What gives? I'm supposed to be abolished as someone who has, in the privacy of my home, gotten it on with homegirls. In the privacy of my home, debated issues and written ethical editorials. A person who believes in study of eco schools. I took climate change and botany. I did pretty well. I passed them in the upper half of the class. Um, you know, just because I have certain utilities doesn't mean that I would deny that I have a neurological injury that affects my judgment. It seems that apparently they want to humiliate everybody by humiliating me into an engendered status. So saying put the crown on Mandela even though he's been poisoned in the brain. That's ridiculous. Nelson Mandela had integrity. He would say what I'm saying, which is you can't just um, use me as a medium to defame people. I mean, what's the big idea of calling liberals who you're killing proven phonies by torturing a child? I mean, that's what this amounts to. And you get these hot shots, smuggies, saying it proves that um, internet is licentious because the devil is promiscuous and stuff. I mean, don't include me in these stupid debates. If you want to have these kind of stupid debates, that's fine, but don't include me, especially as an object lesson. It's such a stupid and law, the law abridging act of derangement. I mean, I understand the Choral brothers have this weird obsessive derision for premarital sex. I understand that's where they're coming from. I understand that they hired a brutal pedophile to torture me in circumstances of bondage. Just a kid, 9 year old, 10 years old, Michael Reagan can't get enough of it. He's obsessively lurid when it comes to me. I understand that that's where they're coming from, that that's their insatiable psychology. Insatiable. But you don't have the right to do it to me. It's criminally insane. It's absolutely deranged, is my opinion. You asked, maybe you don't want to know my opinion. Maybe you didn't ask my opinion. But I decided to offer my opinion. That's my opinion. A Pittsburgh public school child is not an offertory to the CIA's mania. If it wasn't the CIA, why was George Bush quiet about it? Why was John Stockwell following me around? Why was Penis Gabriel using my voice incognito on records? Why are they proclaiming a great strategic boxing match? It's like Paul McCartney's mind, in his mind, attacking me blindside. As a 98-pound child is a duel. That's their opinion. Their opinion is that attacking a 98-pound child blindside is a duel. That's their opinion. My opinion is that it's absurd. A Pittsburgh public school child does not have some sort of social indemnity that they have to repay the CIA by slave labors and maniacal experiments meant to play Uncle Wiggily for the Pittsburgh Roman Catholic extremists. I'm sorry, but that's my opinion.